Hello, my name is Graham Monroe, and this is my WWE WrestleMania 41 Night 2 predictions video. WrestleMania 41 and Night 2 comes to us this Sunday, April 20th, live from Las Vegas. Now, last week I spoke about Night 1 matches, and this week we're going to talk all about the Night 2 matches. So let's get started. Alright, first matchup I'm going to talk about today is the women's tag titles, as the champions Raquel and Liv Morgan will defend against Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. Now, to me, this is a match where they just threw together the Intercontinental Champion Lyra and Bayley just to get everyone on the card. So I think the champions Morgan and Raquel are just going to retain. Alright. Next matchup I'm going to talk about is the Intercontinental title Fatal 4-Way match, as the champion, Bron Breakker, will defend against Penta, Finn Balor, and Dominic Mysterio. Now, this is the first ever Fatal 4-Way match at a WrestleMania. Now, for the people watching that know their history, there was a matchup at WrestleMania 15, a Four Corners match. Not a Fatal 4-Way, Four Corners, between the Road Dogg, Goldust, Val Venis, and Ken Shamrock, where only two people were in the ring at once. So this will be everyone in the ring at once. This is a match where it's very difficult to call winner. Bron Breakker could walk in as champion and walk out and have a carry on as champion. Penta could easily win. He's the new sensation of the squared circle. Finn Balor might get that push that I've heard about in 2025. Or maybe Dominic Mysterio will just come in and steal it. So I think I'm going to go with Dominic Mysterio to just come in and steal it. I think Finn Balor, who put him down a few weeks ago on Raw, I think that's going to have an effect on things. I think they're going to do a dynamic between Finn and Dom after WrestleMania. So I think Dominic Mysterio is going to become your new Intercontinental Champion. Alright, next match I'm going to talk about today is the AJ Styles versus Logan Paul match. Now, this should be a very athletic match. I don't think AJ Styles needs to win, so I think Logan Paul is going to somehow, some way, find a way to prevail. Next up, I want to talk about the Sin City street fight between Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. Now, these two have been on and off for the last year. Damian Priest cashed in Money in the Bank at WrestleMania last year on Drew and became champion. Then Damian Priest retained against Drew at Clash of the Castle. Then at the Royal Rumble, Damian Priest eliminated McIntyre and eliminated him at the Elimination Chamber. So it should be a hell of a match, but I think Drew McIntyre is walking out the winner. He's putting his feud to bed, and I think he's moving on to Backlash to face the WWE Undisputed Champion. Alright, now I want to talk about a match that has actually been cancelled. It is Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton. Now, I was going to predict that Randy Orton would get the win, and then after the match, Randy Orton would finally punt Kevin Owens in the head, and I suspect that he would have been out of action for several months, probably until, say, Money in the Bank. And it's a kind of shame they couldn't have done that. They couldn't have made things work, but it is what it is. And now Randy Orton doesn't have an opponent. And I think if he does have an opponent, I mean, it could be Aleister Black, it could be Rusev, but I think I'm going to go with the SmackDown General Manager, Nick Aldis. That'd be a hell of a way to make your WWE debut at WrestleMania, but we'll see what happens. Alright, now I want to talk about the women's triple threat match. It will be the challengers, the Elimination Chamber winner Bianca Belair and the former champion Rhea Ripley facing the world champion Io Sky. These three should have a hell of a triple threat match. It could go either way, but I'm going to go with Bianca Belair for the win. I think she will move on to possibly Rhea Ripley in the singles, and then after that, Jade Cargill and Naomi, she'll get mixed up with all three of those. And now it is time for the main event. That's right, the winner of the Elimination Chamber, John Cena, will challenge the champion, Cody Rhodes, for the WWE Undisputed title. This one's very difficult to call because John Cena just turned heel, and Cody Rhodes is like the unstoppable babyface. Does John Cena break the record and become the first man to win 17 world titles? Who knows? Maybe Ric Flair will make an appearance and try and boss John Cena. Who knows? Maybe The Rock will show up. We don't know. I would love to see John Cena break the record, become a 17-time champion, but something tells me that Cody Rhodes is going to overcome the odds and keep that belt. And I think this is going to lead to Randy Orton and John Cena at Backlash, and also Drew McIntyre challenging Cody Rhodes at Backlash. So, Cody Rhodes for the win. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Give me a comment, subscribe, like, share, do whatever you want. And I hope you've enjoyed both Night 1 and Night 2 predictions videos. And until next time, follow that.